first of all, Amad Diallo, we heard him there and clearly has great talent, and we saw that today going forwards. Does he create a conundrum for United?
Yeah, I think conundrum's the correct word, because he's in the team because of his attacking qualities, but he can't play in the 2-10 positions because you've got Mbeumo and Cunha that are playing really well. So where does he play? He plays right wing back. So what happens is he finds himself in defensive positions at times, which isn't his strength. If you look at this graphic, this is Hudson-Odoi's touches of the ball. So Callum Hudson-Odoi is an attacking player and he's very good in these positions. This is where he wants to get the ball. Amad, that's his average position today. So he's also an attacking player and he wants the ball going forward. But sometimes he finds himself here. Now, this is not what Manchester United want from Amad. If you look at Lenny Yoro, he's got eyes on Nico Williams. He makes an inside run. I think they've tried to isolate Amad against Hudson-Odoi. Casemiro can deal with Nico Williams, and what I would like is Lenny Yoro to come across and be telling Amad, I'm with you, send him inside. But Hudson-Odoi gets to the byline with ease, puts a cross in, they nearly score. This time, again, he's in this sort of full-back position because he has to do his work. He's an honest lad and he's trying to get back in and do a job for the team, but it's not his quality. His quality is going forward. So as we've highlighted him here, as we freeze it, we've got the 3 centre-backs. If Luke Shaw moves back a little bit, De Ligt is marking Milenkovic, and then Lenny Yoro can move back and do Morgan Gibbs-White, which would allow Amad to be outside to do Hudson-Odoi. But as we roll it on, now we have Amad in a centre-back's position trying to head a ball out, which is not his strength, and then they concede from that. On the flip side, this is why he's in the team, because he's quality, and when he's going forward, he's devastating. Gets it out of his feet, great shot, equal save. Again, going forward, brilliant. Takes a touch, acres of space. This is a beautiful ball, bounces about 2 yards out, unlucky. Casemiro's unlucky not to score. This is his goal. Wham! What a strike that is. That the technique, if you look at the technique, it's perfect. What a goal that is. So this isn't the player that you want defending. Here, he puts a ball in at the back stick. It comes back out. He follows it in. Could have won it at the death if not for a great block from 2 of the Forest players. But he's in the team because of his attacking play, and he's such an honest lad that he ends up doing lots of defensive work, and then he ends up. It looks bad on him, but realistically, what Ruben Amorim's got to sort this problem out where we get Lenny Yoro across a bit quicker so he can play higher up the pitch.
Now, we're going to get onto the corner, but there is something else that Forest fans are not happy about tonight, and it involves Amad. So we're going to have a look at this now, at the possible handball. Yeah, I can see why Forest fans would be upset, because it clearly makes contact with his arm. It could be given. I don't think that he's... You can see where the referee is. He's got a clear view of it. He's right on top of it, and he instantly waves his hand and says no. So we have to go with what the ref says on that one, I think. But I can see why they feel aggrieved.
Yeah.
Manchester United dominated possession today, but that hasn't been the trend for them of late when they've been picking up good results.
No, a large part of what they've been doing and being successful over the last few weeks is that when they've been kicking it along, they've been more direct, they've been picking up more second balls, but on the other side, they've not had so much possession, but they've been winning games. And you can see this stat there. I mean, against Brighton, it was 43%. Against Liverpool, it was 36%. But today, they had 59% possession and didn't do too much with that ball. So that's the improvement that they've got to make in terms of getting results and playing better when they've got the ball.
So for the second week running, Forest feel they've been hard done by with a decision here where, of course, there was a corner and they feel it shouldn't have been, and the ball wasn't clearly out of play.
Well, Sean Dyche has got a point. I mean, I'm not sure how the assistant over at the far side can actually see that far and be absolutely certain that that ball is out, because it isn't. It was nearly 70 yards away, so you can't be certain because, well, it isn't. The ball isn't out. But I agree with Sean and understand his frustration and his anger. But I wouldn't say that we'd like to get VAR in that involved, because the game's stopping and starting as it is. I know he says it'll only take 4 or 5 seconds, but. No, I wouldn't encourage that, but I would encourage the officials to do their job properly and get it right. Not guess, because he's guessed there and he's got it wrong.
Yeah, and it's not out, is it? The disappointing thing for Sean Dyche, from my point of view anyways, once that's given, you can see the Forest players' reaction when the goal goes in. They don't defend it very well, and then they all chase down the referee. So the disappointing thing is, yes, you're disappointed that it hasn't gone out, and it hasn't gone out. It shouldn't be a corner, but once a corner's given, defend it better.
OK, bottom
one. You can see how aggressive the game was. I think chances from both sides, making a lot of chances, and obviously creating them and scoring them as well, to be fair. So I think obviously both teams done really well, but especially for us, we had an amazing game.
We lost control of the game for 5 minutes, 2 opportunities, and they score. That can happen. I feel that in the recent past, if we had this situation, we would struggle so much more than today. We managed to control the emotions and we play well, but we drop a little bit the energy.
Happy to score my first goal, but honestly, the thing was to win as a team today, to go home with 3 points.
I just find it bizarre, you know, the assistant referee 78 yards away, I don't know, whatever it is, I'm sure you've got a bit of technology that can tell me exactly. You can't guess on that, you know, and if you're going to guess, surely you've got to give it to the defending team, I think. I know the Premier League want more goals and everyone wants more goals, but, you know, we're fighting to get out there, we're fighting for everything we can get. I just think 2 in 2 weeks is too much, you know, I mean, they talk about VAR, we'll see him walking up to the monitor, waste of time, we'll see him, you know, looking at this, looking at that waste of time, that'll take 4 seconds.
And we have to compare him to Benjamin Šeško. They both came in at the same time, different ages, of course, and different profiles. How was he today?
Yeah, I'm no further forward with him in respect to the jury's out. I think he's well off it compared to the other signings that United have made up front in Cunha and Mbeumo. He looks awkward. He had a couple of really good opportunities in the first half where balls just got played over and his touch wasn't right. And, yeah, I think for £80 million, I mean, you can say he's young, he's got a lot of potential, he's only settling in, but you still want to see a little bit.
So before we look at the performance from a Nottingham Forest and a Manchester United perspective, let's just clear up then that opening goal from Casemiro. Akil Housen was the assistant who said the ball had gone out of play. When the question was put to Sean Dyche, it was inconclusive as to whether it was or not. He argued the other side of the coin with that. What was your take on it?
Mine
You've had a bit of time to look.
Yeah, as soon as it happened, the ball's come in. Savona's headed the ball behind him and then he's chased the ball towards the line. I'm thinking, what's happened here? And he'd give a corner, and he's right, that the official is so far away, all he's done is guessed. Because, look, we're fortunate we get replays, so we can see, as soon as it's happened, I've gone to Mike, it's never been a corner, and you just hope it's not going to end in a goal. And ultimately it did. But you can see Sean Dyche's frustration because it happened last week against Bournemouth when Nico Williams, I think, comes off Tavernier, and it should have been a goal kick. Corner is given, and the score again. So there's 2 flips. You've got to defend it a lot better than what you are doing, but we've got to get the outcome, and you cannot guess. When the official is that far away, for me, you just have to let it play.
He has guessed, hasn't he, Dino?
Oh, 100%. 100% he's guessed. I mean, it's not out of play, so he's saying it is. It's clear. It's clearly in. It's not even. I don't think it's close really. When you see the one at Burnley Arsenal, that's closer. But again, that's another guess to lead to their corner. But it's definitely a guess. I think in time, and whether it'll start in the World Cup next year, the VAR will be able to try and. IFAB and people will get involved to say, you know, if it goes for a corner, before the corner gets taken, they can clear and say, no, it's not a corner, it's not a throw, and it's a goal kick, simple as, or we'd have a drop ball because the ball hasn't gone to play, because it's just a complete guess. And to look from 80 yards across play and say that's out of play, it's impossible because you've got 2 posts to look through. And the defender's foot. It's just a guess, 100%.
Sure, as an official, you don't want to get involved. So why would you put your high risk like that?
Because he thinks it's out, but factually it's in play. So he has just made a guess, and it's a major error. And luckily enough for Forest in the end, they got a point out of it. But you know, if they go 1-0 up and not 1-0 down, it might be a bit different.
But surely you would leave it alone if you are not convinced that ball's gone out. Thinking, I'd rather the game just go on.
But when you see it, it's not even. There's not even. It's just over 3/4 of the ball's out, but it's not even close to being out with the technology that we've got involved. Really,
but the goal from Casemiro stood. And just on Nottingham Forest overall, Dorse. I mean, Dyche is saying there that, you know, performance-wise, that there was signs of progress. Would you go along with that?
Yeah, 100%. It was a really good game of football. It was end to end in the first half. I think the